All right, folks, welcome to a weekly market recap. This week, I only took two trades, which yielded in a 0.50% loss. I didn't lose that much at all. This week, we were right. We were right on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We were wrong on Monday. We were right on Tuesday. It doesn't matter if you're fucking right, right? Being right and making money are two different things, right? I could be right and not make money, right? I was right on Thursday. Did I fucking make money? No, I lost money, right? I was wrong on Monday, so I didn't make money because I was wrong. But I was right on DXY, which was bullish, obviously, right? But I thought I'm so fucking smart that short-term basis I'm gonna use EU. I'm gonna trust EU bias more than DXY. What DXY is much more clear, and DXY is much more important than EU. We should actually be analyzing DXY and trading on EU. He yields the highest return, right? And it's actually fucking proven. As well as the next thing is that DXY is more important than EU. We should always be, you know, monitoring DXY more than EU. Definitely should be doing that because it's much more important, right? And I put down my notes. As well as we should be only looking for SMT with DXY because overall, with DXY is a stronger SMT pair than GU because GU is used only to hold your position for a little longer, right? Because you can see how GU when he pressed out this low, he didn't press out this low, but EU pressed out this low, which had SMT. So you could have used that to get out of the position or partial. But if you're just smart enough, you could have just looked at DXY. A resistance block caused a retracement for the wick. So resistance block caused a retracement because DXY tapped the rejection block. If you go to the higher time frame, let me go to the weekly. As you can see, resistance block, you tapped it. We had SMT resistance block. So as you guys know, resistance block does cause retracement for the target for the wick. So it's just a simple price action detail type of SMT, right? Nothing special, but it's still important. And going down to other than that, I feel like I fixed up every single leak. Now we should be rolling some profits in. I fucking barely lost any money, to be honest, you guys. I didn't lose money, but barely. Keep in mind, this week I only lost 0.50%, right? I didn't lose that much. The risk reward, the risk management was very controlled, as you guys obviously know. I always gotta control my risk management because without that, these losing streak would have it would have fucked me up very big time, right? Since I have controlled my risk management, these hasn't been fucking me up, and which I like, man, because I had losses before where I had previously losing streaks, which those one drained it more than this, which was less losing streak than this, right? I've only lost like 4 losing streak, but I've lost much more than this 19 losing streak, right? Because of the risk management was fucking awful, right? I would risk, although I'm in drawdown, I risk more. Not risk more, but I'll still stay on the same size risk, which didn't make fucking sense, right? Well, the reason it didn't make sense is because why am I staying on the same risk management size when I'm in a losing streak, right? On a winning streak, you can increase your risk, but to an extent, like 1% mask. For me personally, because if you have a large capital, that's what you do, right? If you're trading 100K prop firm, that's what you gotta do. Right? Anything above 50K is considered to be a decent amount of allocation, and 100K is considered to be a high allocation. So you need to risk 1% and make steady income rather than trying to fucking risk 4% a trade, 5% a trade, right? Which is not sustainable. You may get good, you may bust him, right? You may bust the fuck out of the market a couple of times, but it's gonna get to you, right? It didn't go well for me. I'm not gonna say it's gonna go well for you too, because man, you're not me, I'm not you, right? Even somebody else told me like, you try to predict my fucking future. Come on, you, I'm me, right? We're not the same fucking person, right? I have my own fucking dream and desires. I have my own fucking goals. You're not fucking me. You're not looking what I'm doing every single day, right? So take that into consideration as well. Right? It should be this little quick, motivation, but I'm not gonna say, but yeah, you shouldn't be fucking, trying to be aggressive on your accounts because I'm not you, you're not me, right? We have both had a different story. Usually, time, all of us, right? You will eventually find out that okay, shit, but I'm not gonna say, yeah, bro, like you're gonna fail, right? You're not me, I'm not you, right? And I'll never say anything negative to anybody, which you should never accept negativity in anything. Never accept that shit. If anybody who's negativity, just fucking either don't talk to them, be silent, or do whatever, right? Because especially in trading, it's a very lonely journey. When I started doing it at the beginning, it was very fucking lonely. I'm not lonely in a way like, oh yeah, I'm lonely, like nobody wants to talk to me. It was lonely in a way where nobody supported you, right? Nobody supported me. Any, everybody goes through this shit, right? Because it's a solo journey. But yeah, also a lot of quick motivation. But let's start off. Monday, I was bullish. I already told you guys that entry on that, right? Which fucking failed miserably because I was fucking wrong. I was supposed to be, bearish because DXY was bullish. So straight away, the first lesson is DXY is more important than EU. We analyze DXY, we trade EU. Because why? Because DXY is more important than EU. Why? Because it's been longer, it's world currency. I don't, to be honest with you guys, I don't fucking know why, but all I know that it's more important than EU through the mentor, right? The mentor told me it's more important than EU. Then I'm gonna take, but they're like, why don't you find out yourself? I fucking found out myself because I took a fucking loss, right? So that shit's fucking true, right? Because DXY was obviously fucking bullish. EU was obviously looking to me bullish in a lower time frame, but I fucking dumbass didn't pay attention. I'm not a dumbass, but I didn't pay attention to the weekly order block, right? But DXY clearly told me, yo, it's long, right? It should be short. So I fucking found out why it's more important EU, right? So I did my own research and I got my ass clapped, pause, and eventually, found out, okay, DXY is more important EU. We should be analyzing DXY trading EU because it yields the highest accuracies. Fucking true. And the next lesson is we only look for SMT with EU and DXY, not GU, because my SMTs that I look for are very specific. They're very specific manipulation, right? Like Thursday, Friday reversal. They are very specific reversal zones, right? So yeah, that literally tells us up, right? Because I checked, I could get a tweet on this as well. It makes very sense. It makes I'm actually, let me get this don't tell me I didn't get the picture of it. I did get the picture of it right here. Let me go and picture of this shit out of here, right? I've already shown you guys the picture before, but this is a weekly market recap, so we need to re-show it more than once to get on our head, right? So DXY SMT is stronger than GU when looking at EU. Avoid trading SMT as an entry if there is no proper to the soup, right? So as I said, avoid trading SMT as an entry if there is no proper to the soup. And fucking GU always stagnates, right? I don't fucking trade GU. I primarily trade EU. And DXY the same fucking thing as EU, but inverted. GU is a little bit different, right? We moves a little bit different, which I don't fucking trade it, right? Let me show you guys a little bit more. Oh, not this one. Right over here. DXY is stronger for specific manipulation and overall SMTs, but GU is helpful as well. The only thing he already told the answer to this. The only thing this is helpful for is holding time, right? How long you can hold a trade, which I just showed you guys already with DXY, but DXY already, as you guys know, Russian block cause retracement, so you would have known that just by looking at DXY, just by looking at the price action. As I said right over here, DXY is stronger for Pacific manipulation. The Pacific manipulation I'm looking for is the if-then principle on the higher time frames. So they're very specific, as well as they're very how can I say this? They're overall very specific reversal because they're during the time type of reversals, right? And it's overall a better SMT pair than EGU, right? So and people wonder, well, did you like you see you got this from somebody else? So it's just might as well why don't you get the experience from it? I did fucking get the experience from it because I had SMT with the 1 a.m. with the 5 a.m. No, I had SMT with the 5 a.m. with the low. 5 a.m. with the low, it fucking failed, right? Which had only SMT with GU. But when he had SMT with DXY, it worked out a little bit, but he's probably wondering, well, it still fucking failed. Yes, but the lower time frame entry, the time where the setup got formed and the setup got tapped, went the right time. So overnight to the trade, right? So because the time is more important than EU than price, as you guys know. And time, when the session comes to an end, market has no other option but to reverse, right? No other option but to reverse, then eventually deliver. So yeah, keep that in mind. And this right over here, this literally, this thing literally is boning. Like all of the things I talk about is a lesson I learned, right? So all of these are lessons, right? You could take this with you, but I don't really give a fuck if you take it because I'm gonna watch it myself. You could take it and learn from me and not make the same mistake as me, or you could be a dumb person and make the same mistake as me and still have the same fucking rule as me. You could do either two, right? You either want to be wise, learn from everything and everyone, or be dumb and find out, right? You probably wonder, well, are you dumb, T? Because you gotta find out every time. In a sense, right? Because the money trade, I said, is an experience trade. This trade should be going on a loss. Should have been wise enough, like, yeah, I should have just waited. Right? But I do not want to make the same mistake again. So if I take a loss and that loss sticks to me, right? It sticks to my heart. Like it sticks to you as your memory. Like the loss that you gain from that loss, especially if it's a loss, if it's not a trade, right? It take a lesson from it. It's less likely to take a loss, but the loss affected you, right? So the loss affected you is gonna stick longer. The lesson is gonna stick the rest of your life, right? It's gonna be a prominence, right? Permanence, or what's just called. So yeah, that's the next lesson. The next lesson is not only Thursdays and Friday. Not only Thursdays are reversals. Thursday and Fridays are reversals. If Thursday and Friday doesn't reverse, then we can anticipate lower prices or higher prices depending where the market wants to go, if it's in a bullish sentiment or a bearish sentiment. And now that's the lesson. The next lesson is on a lower time frame. Whenever we have a lower time frame entry, if our entry, if there's an OT in our entry, and the 0.86 more of the OT goes beyond our entry point, we can just get down to lower time frame and try to enter around the 0.86 mark. That's the same thing with London session move and the near session move, right? In order to take a London session move, there must be the OT supported, and the OT does support it, but the OT is beyond the, and the OT, our London session move entry is beyond the and the OT is beyond the London session entry, which is like London session, London session resistance block or order block. We're going to be looking to go down to lower time frame and enter the same thing. Right, looking for a lower time frame entry at around the 0.86 mark of the OTE. And that's the next lesson. The next lesson is being right and making money are two different things, right? I was right? Because know me for having a very high, accuracy rate on my buys. But if I don't capitalize on the setups, it doesn't fucking matter, right? It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, did you make money or not, right? But this is like pondering, well, why the fuck are you doing this? I always saying that it's reality, right? You either are being right and making money are two different things. Somebody could be wrong and make money, right? Somebody could be right like me and not make money on his moves. And that only comes down to, did my entry point get hit? Did I enter too early? What happened in the lower time frame, right? So my goal is to make money, which I've already been making money, right? But my goal is to capitalize on my being rights and being wrongs, right? Rather than just fucking, be right. Oh yeah, I'm right, bro. But Malcolm went right, but I got asked me, did you make any money? Fuck no, right? So, that's just the truth, right? That's the reality hit. which we gotta focus on. And is that give me emotional or like sad, anything? No, no, no. That's better for me because that tells me, okay, I have to, when things happen, I have to execute, which I do execute, but I've been having some leaks, which I've literally right now, thank God, I fixed every single leak. This has to be the last leak ever, which the last leak was SMT only with DXY, not fucking GU, because all my killer trades that I had SMT with GU and DXY, but when he had SMT with DXY, performed very well. But when because when he had SMT with GU and DXY, he performed, right? But when it was only SMT with GU, it didn't really fucking perform, right? He stopped me out, or he went my way, but it wasn't strong enough. So I became a liquidity pool. Marcus stopped me out and eventually went my way. So that's why we got to really pay attention to DXY more than GU. And the next lesson is to always monitor DXY, GU, and gold, because I trade gold as well. And the next lesson is to capitalize on every move and every position we have, which we will, right? Which we definitely will. It's just that it takes time, right? Everybody goes to their own journey. And I have definitely been, they probably wonder, well, like, you may not look like I'm capitalizing on this, right? I'm right. I'm not capitalizing it. I am capitalizing on these fucking moves on crypto, but not on, the Forex at the moment, because there's a little bit different here, right? Because there I'm such a high time frame. So I could wait like a whole week just for fucking nothing, right? Because I could wait for weeks, months, tap my entry, and I gotta wait for a weekly or daily model 1 confirmation, right? With 6 days or weeks to perform, right? So not perform, to even get confirmed. So there, I haven't missed any fucking crypto trade, but here I have, which the Friday trade I couldn't execute it. Yes, this was a execution entry. It's a third drive with a double discount. We're buying below the weekly and the daily, so the double discount, but I don't count that as a entry criteria. I only like to do it for like above old highs or old lows, or auto block for the threshold entry. If the auto block is thick, pause, and with the duration block on the auto block, or OTE in the higher time frame. Nothing else. And that's the only way I could capitalize on the move, because probably will like, why not just be more freely? But keep in mind, that's already enough for me. That's way too much. But that's not too much, but that's in a perfect range zone. If I have too much, it's gonna fucking play games with me sometimes. So yeah, that's the overall lesson of the week. Monday we were wrong because we should have paid to the DXY, which I already talked about. I've already talked about all the lessons. Hopefully I did. I don't have my phone with me right now, but yeah, that's all the lesson. But we will capitalize on these predictions that we have. We've been right, like almost. This is the only time we've been wrong, like for the past 2 or 3 weeks, was on this Monday, right? But every other day we've been right. So our goal is to capitalize on our anticipations, on our trades, on setups. Yes, I capitalize it on gold, on crypto, but this is a little different, right? My main focus is this right here at the moment. That's such a hard time frame. So yeah, thank you for watching. We will capitalize on it. Making money and being right is 2 different things, and we're gonna make money and be right. That's the goal. And I've already achieved it, but just gotta be more consistent with it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And now I'm at the low time frame. Now I find a low time frame. The low time frame is perfect now. How? Now, because on my lower time frame, there could be SMTs like left and right. So we're looking for Pacific SMT with DXY. So you see, we got it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.